The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Right Side. Doug Billings here with you. And if you're fed up, don't worry. You're on the right side. I'm going to help ease your mind about the drama that's tearing through the conservative media, tier one influencers. It's nonsense on so many levels. But today I do want to tackle it. And I've thought about not covering this, just letting it run its course, because I'm not sure it should be given any oxygen anyway. But you know, these tier one influencers that I'm talking about, right? You know, people like Ben Shapiro versus Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens clashing with Tucker Carlson, the whole mess, and, you know, spilling over and including Mark Levin and so forth, things in his orbit. So it's not just petty squabbles. I want you to be sure of that. What this is a manufactured spectacle, and it's all about chasing clicks over building credibility. And it's hurting the pro-America agenda at a time when President Trump is delivering the massive wins that we elected him to accomplish. Now, I'm going to dissect with you why this nonsense is happening. I'm going to give you the real motivations. I'm going to give you unique behind-the-scenes analysis. And, of course, you don't find this anywhere else. If you're a proud conservative, and if you're tired of the soap opera, I'd like you to do me a favor. First of all, hit that like button right now and subscribe for more unfiltered truth just like this, because we have to get in. We're in this thing together, and we need to believe that. So let's dive in here. This is the kind of breakdown that I'm about to give you that exposes the game and rallies the base. Okay, so look, we've just come off last year one of the greatest political victories and comebacks, if not the most substantial, in American history. President Trump didn't just win 2024, he shattered expectations. He flipped demographics that we were told were impossible. We took the House and the Senate. We proved that America First is the people's mandate. Voter turnout exploded. Union households swung our way. We got multiple millions of people coming over because of Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, and Bobby Kennedy Jr. And we're finally dismantling the deep state with real cuts like that 10% bureaucracy slash that's freeing up billions of dollars for American priorities. So, yes, all of that's going on. But instead of uniting to push forward on all of this, borders, education reform, economic dominance, some of our biggest voices have decided they're going to turn their platforms into a conservative civil war. So you've seen the headlines: Shapiro calling out Kelly on policy picks, Owens firing shots at Carlson over foreign entanglements, Levin defending the old guard while the new wave pushes back. It's endless. The threads on X, endless. Podcast rants, video breakdowns that rack up millions of views. But at what cost? That's the question. This isn't about ideology. It's not about advancing conservatism. It's a blatant battle for eyeballs in an algorithm-driven world where controversy pays the bills. That's it. Take a step back with me, ladies and gentlemen, because here's the perspective that you're not going to hear on those shows. This infighting represents the worst kind of self-sabotage, eroding our credibility when we need it the most. Remember that recent X thread from Matt Van Swol? If you haven't seen it, look him up. It went viral, and he hit the nail on the head for good reason. Nobody in the base asked for this drama. Thank you. We're out here grinding, you and I, paying the bills, raising families, fighting school board battles. And we want results. We don't want reality TV. We don't want Stu Peters and, Jerry Springer television. Van Swol pointed out how the left, after a crushing defeat, didn't implode publicly. They regrouped. Now, I've been saying that for 6 years. Thank you, Matt, for agreeing with me. The radical left regroup. They align and they strike back as one unit. But our side, it's like watching siblings fight over the remote control while the house is on fire. The opportunity cost is huge for us, folks. Every hour spent on these spats is an hour not exposing liberal failures, not rallying for the midterms, and not celebrating Trump's wins, like reevaluating alliances in the Strait of Hormuz. So let's be real. This divide isn't rooted in deep philosophical riffs. Not at all. Tucker questions endless wars. Shapiro defends strategic alliances. Kelly probes establishment ties. And Owens calls out cultural rot. Levin fires up the constitutional base. All of that's healthy debate. But when it devolves, gets into the gutter and personal with attacks on each other and viral takedowns, it's clear. It's absolutely clear. Clicks are king. So why does it keep happening? I'll tell you about the motivations drawing from patterns that I've seen over years since I started this show. So these tier one influencers aren't dummies. They know engaging in drama boosts metrics. In the online ecosystem, algorithms reward outrage. Post a measured response, post measured policy analysis, and it gets a few thousand views. But if you clap back at a fellow conservative with something spicy, boom, it's trending. Shares skyrocket, subscriptions start pouring in. Take Candace Owens. She is a force. She's built an empire on fearless takes of the state of play. But when maligned, she could rise above it all. She could pivot to how Trump's slashing bureaucracy to reshape America. But instead, she engages. And then suddenly, her episodes go viral. Her stuff on Erica Kirk is from Kookville. It's the pressure of the platform, though. Silent means you're missing the wave, dipping in relevance. And then you have income, because it ties in also. The more engagement equals more ad revenue. It means sponsorships, maybe a book deal. It's not always ego. It's economics in a saturated market where standing out means standing against somebody, even if that somebody's on your team. And don't get me started on Megyn Kelly versus Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin. That's a prime example. Look, Kelly questions a cabinet pick. Okay, Shapiro defends it. She starts calling Mark Levin all sorts of gross juvenile names. And what starts as a discourse spirals into accusations of betrayal, sellout, whatever. Why do they perpetuate that? Because behind the scenes, it's the hopium epidemic that I always talk about. It's the addictive rush for instant gratification among the base of those people and their audience. People demand immediate justice. Perp walks today. We want total wins yesterday. And they don't grasp that America's slide into its current state took 185 years of progressive erosion. Reversing all of that to the founding fathers' intent and to the inspiration of divine providence, that's going to be a marathon. It's not a sprint. And it's not a 2 to 4 cycle election win. It's not going to cut it. Influencers feed off of that kind of impatience, and it amplifies doubts. And they do that for clicks. You say something contrarian about Operation Epic Fury, like questioning, this is Trump's new war. It's not what he said he was going to run on. This is not what I voted for. And you say stuff like that, watch the likes begin to flood in. Even though 90% of conservatives back Operation Fury, Epic Fury, as a limited operation. Once the operation is put in proper context, it's almost 100% on the conservative side. It's not intellectual maturity. It's seduction by headlines that these people get caught up in. And you contrast that with the liberals, and they rarely devour each other publicly. Now, why is that? Well, it's not natural unity on their part, believe me. It's not because, they just all get along so well just by itself. It's enforced, and it's enforced by their hierarchy. From the DNC to Soros-funded groups, they get weekly talking points, scripts for every story, and strict orders. No public attacks on any of us. And if somebody steps out, funding will vanish for that person, and invites to speak publicly, to get paid to speak, they dry up. They just stop. We've seen it after the 2024 debacle. internal leaks about Biden's frustration. You know, how people were beginning to wonder after that debate, we've got to make some changes. We heard about all of that behind the scenes, but we didn't see any dirty laundry on the liberal side aired out on television or on radio. They locked their ranks, focus on Trump's threats to our agenda, and that discipline keeps them focused, while our chaos on our side hands them ammunition. So proud conservatives out there, we can learn. We can learn the tactic without the ideology. Voluntary codes for debate without destruction. We don't have to destroy each other, tear each other down. And to make it crystal clear, I can list the root causes of this influencer drama with my own analysis that you're not going to get anywhere else. The first point is we live in a click-driven economy. Algorithms prioritize conflict. Peaceful takes, calm demeanor, tank. It tanks your ratings. Drama, on the other hand, soars. And so influencers will chase trends like, MAGA doubts, or Trump Trump has abandoned the America First agenda. Okay, they'll do that for subscriptions, clicks, and so forth, betraying, I think, the pursuit of credibility for cash. The second thing is we have an impatience pandemic, really. The base's Hopium demands that we have instant results, and influencers exploit that, stirring these spats, over geopolitics that they halfway understand. Like misframing epic fury happens every day. The third thing they do, or to realize, is this is ego and relevance, okay? In a crowded field, refusing engagement risks fading away. Diving in asserts dominance, even if it fragments us. And the fourth thing is there's a lack of guardrails out there. There's no central conservative command that enforces unity, and we wouldn't want that. But the liberals do have that kind of machine in place. Our individualism, the way that we speak our minds and have our own idealism, our own identity, that is a strength. But yeah, sometimes if it's unchecked, it opens up vulnerabilities. The fifth thing is that we have to deal with is revenue realities. Viral feuds fund these people's lifestyles, folks. Without them, their metrics would dip, and it would force real analysis of that from them. Real analysis over easy outrage. Okay, real analysis is not easy. Fake outrage, simple. So that's the drama, and it's the wake-up call. It's not about picking sides, not asking anybody to pick sides. It's about demanding better, and it's about telling these people to be the adult in the room. Support voices out there who prioritize the movement over metrics, like focusing on Trump's deep state purge or education reforms, all of that. We the people own MAGA, by the way. Trump branded it maybe, but it's our patriotic fire. And by rejecting this kind of infighting, we honor that. So, folks, if this resonates, smash that like button, please. Subscribe and comment. Who's your go-to influencer? I want to know. And how can we end all of this nonsense? Let me know in the comments. Share, spread the word. Let's grow this channel. Let's grow the movement. That's the unvarnished truth on the conservative infighting, ladies and gentlemen. Support my show. Head over to dougbillings.us, please, and prayerfully consider setting up a monthly $5 contribution. I never charge you to watch the show, but it does take money to produce it. And then you can head over to subscribe on YouTube. That's free. Search out, once you're over on YouTube, at The Right Side Doug Billings. So 2 places for you to go to support the program. dougbillings.us and over on YouTube at The Right Side Doug Billings. Thanks very much for joining, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. It's an honor of a lifetime to be shoulder to shoulder with you as we try to recover our republic away from the radical commu-socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party. We're in this thing together. Believe it. For the republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the set of my show, Doug Billings. Hey, my good friends at EMP Shield, that's electromagnetic pulse, in case you're from Raytown, Missouri. Electromagnetic pulse could wipe out your home electrical system, could wipe out your vehicle. And thanks to the radical liberal agenda that was put forth under Administrator Biden and Vice Pretender Harris, there are lots of people in this country who want to do us harm. And maybe an EMP device would be their chosen weapon. But EMP Shield gives you a device that can protect you. This little baby here goes on your home outlets, a computer, a router, whatever you want to protect. And then they also have a larger model like this. You can still hold it in the palm of your hand that goes on your vehicle battery so that you can get out of trouble from point A to point B. EMPshield.com. Promo code Doug, ladies and gentlemen. Save yourself, save your property. EMPshield.com. Promo code Doug. We're in this together, folks. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.